wanted to give a shout out to you guys. If you are on my LinkedIn, I gave a special shout out to everybody, so nobody is missing. Out and about and took a day off actually, and spent quality time with my husband, obviously, and we decided to take a lunch date to go to Ventura. Of all of the things going on, so we just need to take a break. I encourage you to do the same because it is necessary. It is part of our lives. Taking and spending time, quality time with other people who matters the most in your life. I encourage you to do that. If you haven't, to do it starting today. Okay, it seems like it's very, very nice. We already took our morning walk this morning, beautiful walk. We also do our evening walks and watch the moon outside because the days are getting shorter now. This book has a lot of those, talk a lot about how do you get out of that rabbit phone, still works. Has a lot of messages, SMS serving. In that text, SMS messages from him from Germany, it has a lot of communication that really touched my heart when I reread it again last night and sat down here before I went to bed, and I'll look at it again, I'll reread it again. 2016, 2017, 2018, he was overseas. Looking at it, I go, my gosh, he came a long way. He would, because we have a time difference, so he would text me when I'm sleeping. So I will, and like, hey, I'm just getting up right now. I was like, Mom, I'm just going to sleep right now, but I'm thinking about you, things like that. And a lot of motivational talks in there. When he's feeling despair, he's got nobody to talk to, and he's feeling very, very small, big space there with a lot of people around him. I was there for him all the time, by the way. And then just amazing when you go back again and you say, my God, you came a long way. My point with all of that is this. There's a moral to that story. If we can have our kids to be sent to military, and they are sent to boot camp for how long is that? There's a boot camp for 1 month, right? But 3 months military standards. And then they rebuild our kids, they rebuild them, reprogram them physically, mentally. Kind of like rip them down. That's the first day they show up. First day they did, cut their hair, do all of these things, right? And really intensive training, physically and mentally. It's called Bootcamp. 3 months, military standard. How long are we on lockdown now? COVID. 6 months, 7 months almost. Some of us have losses of life, losses of jobs, losses of things that really matter in our lives, and it's been taken away. Kids in the military, they don't know anybody there. They felt so alone. Can you imagine? Build the brotherhood, they build that community within their environment, and suddenly the next day, right? First day is like, wow, shock. Second day, haircut. Well, I think that's first day haircut. I don't know. Supposed to have things. They're supposed to be told. They're supposed to be doing this. It's very controlled environment to keep them physically strong, mentally strong. That's the takeaway. What am I going to get out of this? Because I think it's so important to change that, to shift our mind, to think it that way. Will I gain out of this rather than what will I lose? What will I gain out of this? Let's say by thinking forward, forward thinking, pushing it more and more, and then don't let that define you, because this is not who you are. This circumstance, this situation is not who you are. You're going to move forward. You're going to create it. You're going to rebuild yourself. You're going to rebuild whatever that you have lost. You're going to rebuild this. Some things are not being rebuilt, but I'm talking about just making common sense out of this. I think that's the takeaway that we need to, as leaders, as decision makers, as parents. Age are they? 18, 19, just getting out of school. 18, 19, 20, early 20s, maybe. We're in this community, right? Had some experiences already. A lot of experiences, crisis, tragedies in our lives. I think that's what I'm trying to invite you to think it that way, rather than get on the since COVID, I guess, from all the other social media platforms. So if you want to find me, I hang out now these days, LinkedIn. And check these books out. Again, they're all on Amazon or Ex Libris, my publisher.